Welcome back to another training log, guys. I just thought I'd give everyone a recent update on myself and my training, and we're up to Meso 3, I think it is now. I think I'm in week 3, so this week everything started to really come together. So in recent vlogs I may have spoke a little bit about how my squat wasn't feeling the best, but currently I squatted yesterday and for some reason everything just came together. It just stuck like glue, and it's a good thing for me because I wasn't really excited overly going into training yesterday morning. Didn't want to be there, and it was just one of those sessions where like I like to talk a lot about where I really did not want to be in the gym. It was a morning session. I had to squat, fair amount of volume, heavy load, and I just went into my first warm-up and I was just like, whoa, this feels good. And I don't know what particularly felt good, but all I know is that I think that I was overcomplicating my squat from the start of like actually squatting and overthinking what I was doing. And I just went in yesterday with a clear head and just squatted, and everything came together. So I hit a top set of 185 for 5x3. My goals for that day were to go in and hit 3 at 185 and then come maybe drop it down the RPE down to like a 10 kilos or 5 kilos and just roll through the rest of them, still get in all my volume and make sure that I get my reps in, but just drop the load. But I went in, did my first 2 sets and I'm like, they felt really good, so let's just continue. So I continued with the flow, and then I went in and I smashed through the other 3 sets, and I come out the other side being able to go into my accessories and still push them, not fatigued, not tired, just mentally felt good in my squat, so that's a bonus. Now let's talk about bench. So tonight I go into the gym to go for a PR of 160, which has haunted me for years. If you ask my coach, you ask anybody around me, this number has fucking haunted me for so long. I'm super positive about it because recently I went in last week, I benched 150. I thought I had doubles last week and I hit a double at 140. And then I was like, I looked at my program to see what my back offset's off, and it said a top single of an RPA. And I was like, that 140 moved really well. Fuck it, let's just go the 150. And I put a 150 on there, I loaded up and I benched it. And as you'll see in the video, it's just like, boom, off my chest, solid long 2-3 second pause, and it just felt so strong. And I was like, whoa, this is meant to be the end of a mesocycle. I got in contact with Will straight after, I showed him, and I'm like, can we please push this mesocycle out one more week? I just want to see where it's at. Feeling really good in bench with the change of my bar path recently, understanding a little bit more about how I can get in a tighter position by pushing my bum more towards my shoulders, but at the same time, when I set up, instead of pushing back on my shoulders, I'm pushing back on my traps now. So I don't even really sit back on my shoulder, I'm sitting up on the top trap, and I'm in much more of a squashed type position. So it's almost as soon as the bar touches my chest, it just automatically springs back up. So my bar path and all that is moving so much better. I've got more speed off my chest. I've got more of a consistent speed on the eccentric and concentric. So the bar path just is making it move so much better. So bench is looking really good. I will update everyone on the bench when I get it, if I get it, or if I don't get it. I'm going in with a really positive mindset about bench because I really want this number. But other than that, bench is going amazing, accessories moving well. This week is the last week of Meso 3, so coming into week 4 on Meso 3, and then I think we're going into a new mesocycle. The plan is to compete at the end of the year. Nothing's planned yet. I was looking at going to Melbourne maybe and competing in an APL meet. Just depends on where other things are sitting at the time. So when the calendar gets released, I'll probably look at a competition. So that's on the cards at the end of the year. I'm just really happy with keeping to push volume, build some more muscle mass and gain, and just really focus on this off season. My body's feeling the best it's felt in a long time. No aches, no pains, no bicep pain, no knee pain. Really happy with the way that I'm come out of this meso and how I'm feeling mentally as well as like physically, because I feel like mentally plays a lot of role in how you train as well. Even though some of the sessions I've been coming into, like with squats, I don't feel like my mental capability's been there, but I do feel like I still get the session done at like about 95%, 90%. So deadlifts. Everyone's favorite lift is deadlift. So I really enjoy deadlifts now that I sumo. I never really enjoyed it when I conventional, but now I really enjoy them. We did 8 weeks pulling from a block for a technical purpose. So if we look at what we were trying to do, we were trying to push out my knees out further, open the hips up more, get my hips a bit higher, and just work a little bit more on technique. So I pushed them up a fair bit, got a fair amount of work done in them. Got to about the 8-week mark and I hit my max weight of a set of 6 at 225. So then we went back to the floor and we were on 6s on the floor, and I pulled on 6s on the floor for 3 weeks. I got to a max of 220, I think it was. And then we have now dropped back to 3x4 with a rising RPE. So I've slowly worked up from 210 up to 230 this week with a rising RPE. They're still moving quick as off the floor. They're not feeling hard. My accessories afterwards are like pretty solid amount of volume, and my deadlift and squat day in general are really hard days. But hitting some pendulum squats, some leg press afterwards with a 3-second eccentric and a pause. And then we're smashing some hip thrusts and a few other things that targeting specific things for my hinge. So I'm really enjoying deadlifts, but I'm looking forward to getting back and not using straps anymore. I was talking to Will last week and I don't feel like I get in the right position when I'm using straps. I'd rather be back to my hook grip. Hook grip to me just allows me to get in a little bit better of a position to pull, but I feel like when I've got straps I just don't get the right pull from the floor. Might be all in my head, probably is, but hey, we all have these placebo things that kind of like just affect our training. So the next thing that I will be focusing on, I think in the next block, we're going to drop back to maybe a triple, or I don't know what Will has planned, but something I'm still going to be able to pull my top set with in hook grip. Hope you guys enjoy the vlogs. Keep you updated with my training, and I'll continue to try and do these. I know that some people like to hear what's going on in my story, but also with the team leading into nationals in 10 days, I will be opening up spots after nationals to take on 4 more people onto the team. This will probably be the last opportunity for people to join my team until a spot arises. I'm going to be opening up these spots to fill some spaces so that I can start building a little bit bigger of a team for nationals next year. But our goal is to just have a team of 40 athletes that all compete together, that all support each other and all drive each other forward. So if you're interested in being a part of an environment that is really positive and drives you forward, just contact me, whether it be on Instagram or Facebook. Send me a message and I can organise a free phone call over Zoom, a consult. It's all free, and we can just discuss to see whether I'm the right coach for you. I hope you guys enjoy these. Talk to you soon.